Top executives of major Western oil companies are to testify before the U.S. Congress amid accusations that they misled the public about climate change. Democrat lawmakers say the hearings will focus on the industry's decades-long denial of its products' leading role in fueling climate change. The companies said they hoped to use the hearings to highlight recent efforts to address climate change. This comes just days before the start of the UN's COP26 climate conference. The Glasgow meeting is seen as a crucial part of efforts to avoid runaway climate change. World leaders will be pressed on their plans to cut greenhouse gas emissions and thereby reduce global warming. The hearings also coincide with efforts by President Joe Biden to pass a flagship spending bill. Congressional leaders are racing to find a compromise with Republicans and moderate Democrats on climate provisions of the bill before Mr. Biden leaves for Glasgow on Sunday. Denial and doubt. Thursday's hearings will be held by the House of Representatives Oversight Committee. The CEOs of Exxon, Chevron and BP America, the president of Shell and the heads of lobby firms the American Petroleum Institute and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce will give evidence. Democratic Representative Ro Khanna, who chairs the subcommittee on the environment, said quoted by Reuters that the hearing was the start of a year-long investigation. The idea is for them to admit to the American people what they have done, he said. A statement by the committee said the industry had known about the effects of global warming since 1977 but, for decades, spread denial and doubt about the harm of its products. More recently, some major companies publicly supported action to prevent climate change while privately blocking reforms, it added. Mr. Khanna said the inquiry could also involve other industries including advertising and social media. Democrats have drawn parallels with the House's big tobacco investigation in the 1990s, which after months of testimony concluded that cigarette companies tried to conceal evidence that their products were addictive and harmful.
Of course. But the reality of politics is you have to look at the hand we've been dealt, which is a 3-seat majority in the House, a tie in the Senate, not a single Republican willing to cross the aisle on climate. And under that circumstance, I think the president is doing the absolute best that he can.
But how critical is it that he gets this done ahead of traveling to Glasgow for COP26?
It is critical, and the president has said that to us, that he needs this win before going to Glasgow. He wants to stand and show that America is leading, that America is back, that